We 2-0 or 3-0? 2-0. Donu Deka. Slime boss. 3k win streak? No. Alright. Dingo Dante! Thanks for the 8 months. Bomo show to you as well. You dropped $5 somewhere directly into my bank account. The best place to drop $5. That money gets turned around and put into making this stream a better place. Not just for you, but for all of us. That's right, with your $5 donation to Jorbs.tv, you get fancy things like Future Light. Should we switch to Future Light? Maybe that would cool the room down. No. No, I don't think we will. Hey, Big Nugs. 8 wins in a row incoming. I like your gusto. I appreciate that. Let's go for the 3 campfire, 3 elite path here. Yeah, I actually can't see the screen anymore. This is terrible. Be gone! Foul nature. Oh, wait. It was nice for a second to be exposed to the elements, but upon further consideration, I've decided that this is not the direction I want to take the stream. When I first look at the map, am I just checking which boss? No, I was looking at like paths through the act. I'm looking for how to get as strong as possible without dying, basically. This path in this act is pretty sweet. And that's what I'm looking at. But I'm looking at all of the different paths and stuff. Just trying to get a sense for what different things I could do in this act. Hey, Blessed Silence. I'm sorry times aren't great. Very glad that I can help out a little bit. Does the bit notification not play Hotline Bling anymore? There's only one way to find that out. Spoilers, it is to give me bits. Zephyr? I think the cats are fighting. Okay, so we might be a little bit dead to Gremlin Knob. When we get Jorbs Sellout, that's Jorbs Millionaire, basically. Jorbs Millionaire and Jorbs Billionaire are basically Jorbs Sellout. But you have to be a tier 2 or 3 subscriber to use them, so, well, there you go, go figure. Can you hear Zephyr making whatever the hell that noise is? He sounds like he's possessed. Just straight up sounds possessed. Can't hear that? It's probably for the best. If I play Equilibrium, I don't take as much damage this turn, but I also reshuffle my draw pile without any of these cards in it, which is awkward. Hey, thanks for the 1,000 bits, Antimatter Dynamite! It does still play Hotline Bling. Well, there you go. Question answered. I'm gonna play it. Thanks, Niablis. The hummingbirds are fighting when you are where you are. Good. Haven't seen a hummingbird around here. I think the most exotic creatures that I've seen around here are ducks, and ducks are not very exotic, really. Orbury, thanks for the 9 months. Hungbo Musho to you as well. What whale bonus did I take? Yeah, I think 7 max HP. Pretty sure. There wasn't anything super exciting, if I remember right. Got a shuriken. Rip and Tear makes it so we don't die as much to Gremlin Knob anymore. That could be useful. Am I still in Greater Seattle? I am somewhere on the planet Earth. Hey, Mr. Bob Davalina, thanks for the 100 bits. I'm glad you enjoyed the Brimstone run. Let's grab a static discharge so we can beat Hexaghost. That makes sense to me. What is Earth? You gotta go for the eyes, compile driver turbo. Go for the eyes seems okay with shuriken to me. So does compile driver. Hello. Little one? You wanna play? We can play. All right. Little one's actually super getting comfortable in the apartment. She like would never do that in the old place. Well, I played Teamfight Tactics today. If I do, it will be tonight. I have a thing to do in 2 hours. So I'm trying to squeeze this stream in before that, and then I might stream something like Teamfight Tactics after it, maybe. She's gone. Once you hire someone to move your shit, you'll never do it yourself again. I got movers for the really heavy stuff with my office. Like the desk I'm sitting at and bookshelves. But Caitlin and I did the rest of it this time around. I have had help setting up this room. I hired somebody who has some knowledge of how to set things up. And he and I have been working on it quite a bit. It's been really fun, actually. Little collaborative room setup project. I'm not sure what ceaseless discharge means, Pyromaniac, and I'm pretty sure I don't want to know what ceaseless discharge means. I just can't imagine that meaning something good. Ha! hoisted by your own petard. Silly sentry. We'll take one ball lightning and no frost orbs. No frost
Slay
orbs.
the SPI stream when Hanoko.
Hey, Mr. Cutie Man. Thanks for the $3.22 donation. Your message didn't come through for some reason, I think because I deliberately didn't read or acknowledge it. But I really appreciate your support. What is Ayaya? Was it worth attacking the back sentry there in case the orbs killed the back one? Yeah, probably. I think you're right. So good upgrade, go for the eyes. We could rest. Resting seems very reasonable. I just feel like the deck's sort of weak. And I feel like there is a decent chance we can beat Hexaghost. So I feel like we should go for it. Thanks for the 100 bits, Mr. Bob Damalina. I started mining Bitcoin. Yeah. Cats are being so weird right now. I started mining Bitcoin when they were worth less than $1 each, Mr. Bob Dabalina. That was pretty clever of me. Got 4 of them. I definitely sold them sooner than I should have, but yeah, that paid off. Ow, that was brutal. That paid off pretty well in terms of investments that I've made in my life. Nano and the hotline bling. I can only mean one thing. Maybe an even better investment was investing in this community, though, in this channel. Is that how you make a heart? It's not that. It's definitely not that. Ultimately, who cares how you actually make a heart? We got an Echo form, and I think I have to Astrolabe over Inserter here. Inserter's just going to be too slow. Okay, Melter plus, Reprogram plus, Turbo plus. I like that. We can turbo out an Echo form. We can reprogram to set up Equilibrium with something that it's good with. I don't know what that is. Flashing all sorts of gang signs. Look, I'm up with, you know, culture, so that doesn't surprise me at all. Alright, let's select the starting room. MTG mailing, thanks for 8 months. Longbow show to you as well. Man. Man! Man! Come on. This is like complicated now. Do I take 6 to channel 2 orbs? No, because I have turbo next turn. I think this is alright. As long as I don't hit Echo Form, it seems like we're fine. Actually, I think I just already had lethal in my hand. Compile Driver, Beam Cell, Blizzard. Let's take another Compile Driver with Shuriken and a Turbo now. Seems nice with it. I think we're getting through the act this way. Seems like a good number of campfires, and we can take on one elite with some potions. Skyvarin! Thanks for the 5 months, Sugmamushu, to you as well. You did it! Congratulations. Good work doing it. It's fucking rad. I think. Thanks for the 100 bits, Mr. Bob Topolino. No. No. Okay, gold-plated cables is one of the silliest relics in the game. But is it better than like Glacier Defrag? I don't know. There's also Frozen Eye. I'm gonna throw it out there for consideration. You're never gonna get Frozen Eye unless you get it, and this is an opportunity for us to do that. I think this is a situation where we're behind enough on cards that we do that. Those were all very good cards. The boot! What? Oh, I misclicked again. Got another couple of hours of the stream, blessed silence. Frozen Eye reprograms synergy. It's more likely than you think. Don't want that. You hate the muggers. Don't hate the muggers, hate the society which forces them into a life of crime. These are people that the city failed. They deserve your love and affection more than they deserve your hate. We live in a society. I've heard it theorized that we live in a society. Who was that? Hobbs? Somebody like that. Because I have an energy potion, I think the cool-headed upgrade's okay. Sure. I consider running for president. I was not born in this country, which means I am not legally I can't, which means I can't, basically. Tamada, thanks for the 3 months. Hogbamusho to you as well. Hobbs from the Fast and the Furious themes. No, from Calvin and Hobbes, right? Have I considered running for president of New Zealand? We don't have a president. We have a head comedian. Also, the rugby team has a lot of political sway. Taking 10 right now. No, you're thinking of Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings has hobbits. It was interesting for me, there was some point in my life where whenever I mentioned New Zealand, everyone went from making jokes about sheep to jokes about Lord of the Rings. And there was a small period, it was like Okay, so sheep, and then rapid downturn, Lord of the Rings, uptick, huge uptick. What part of Middle Earth did you live in? Are you friends with any hobbits? Yeah, that sort of stuff. And then there was like Lord of the Rings went to 50% and Flight of the Conchords became the other 50%. Do you know Brett and Jermaine? And then Flight of the Conchords died off again and it went back to Lord of the Rings. Rugby's always been like a solid 10%. Oh my god, please never, Power Word Yeet. Please never. Did I laugh at those jokes? No. none of them were funny. If you want people to laugh at jokes, you have to like make good jokes. Was that the misunderstanding this entire time? I've always been confused about it. I've always been confused about it. Cancel. Hologram's interesting. Hologram plus Equilibrium can do some silly things, especially with Echo Form. Yeah, let's take it then. It's just right now I don't have the energy to really utilize it. We'll see. Right now, I guess, Farash? Had to take a truckload. I want to get rid of some of the cards. Actually, didn't take any damage. Oh, that's actually bad. I wanted to take one for this. Interesting. Come on, Rip and Tear. Yeah, we did it. 11. This way the Frost Orb evokes, and then we evoke more lightning. It seems pretty strong. Okay, that looks like a fight 1 to me. My favorite Taika Waititi vehicle. Taika Waititi has vehicles? So like the wheelchair from Eagle vs. Shark, maybe? Is there an Old Zealand? New Zealand's named after an island in the Netherlands, right? I believe. Or near the Netherlands, something like that. I'm gonna take a Recycle Plus. I have 2 compile drivers, I have 3 different orbs. I think we can make use of that. If I were gonna remove a card, it might be Rip and Tear at this point in the run. I feel like that sort of served its purpose. Yeah, okay. Did I ever hear a joke so unfunny I couldn't even force myself to laugh? I stopped laughing at jokes I didn't find funny a long time ago. At some point, you just like, what's the point? How do people react to me not laughing? Hopefully they feel bad about making such a bad joke. Hey, the 5th Zapping, thanks for 100 bits! Do I recycle Glacier because it gives me more energy than recycling other things? I go with no. And do this. I have a favorite comedian. Eddie Izzard, maybe? Although I haven't listened to much Eddie Izzard stuff recently. Does Eddie Izzard still do stand-up? Old school Eddie Izzard was very enjoyable.
A small list of things that can kill you in Australia. The most venomous snake in the world. A spider that hides in shoes and toilets. Dingoes, emus, kangaroos, the weather, the hole in the ozone layer, sharks, crocodiles, jellyfish, the jimpy.
You don't think Eddie still does stand-up? That's too bad. Thank you for the $3, Mr. Beastie Man. The jimpy plant, also known as the stinging brush, the suicide plant or moonlighter. I didn't know what this was. The suicide plant has the most painful stingers in the world. It's crazy, like, Australia has all this dangerous shit, and New Zealand has, like, cats. Cats are the most threatening thing introduced in New Zealand, I believe. Eddie's been busy getting into politics. Oh, cool. I didn't know that was happening. Very cool. Stoats? Yeah, like stoats, cats. Agree. Am I actually dead here? Not quite. Very close though. I could use a block potion. Like we can just use it later if we have to. Which we probably do. Yeah, I think we're dead. No, I can stay alive this turn for sure. I have turbo in hand, I have reprogram and compile driver. I can definitely stay alive this turn. What I want to do is like block for 28 maybe? 12. This blocks for 18. Ooh, that's the reason to use the block potion earlier, because I can't like block for 9 deliberately here. Well, I block for 12 anyway, but I can't like intentionally underblock to proc static discharge and then block like most of this but take 7 or whatever. You can't do that with a block potion. Scarlet Prime, thanks for the year. Hogbomo show to you as well. When I was deciding on taking Hologram, was having Turbo Plus and only 3 energy not a compelling enough reason to auto-pick it, provided I have some card draw? I took it, right? I don't think it's an auto-pick off that, but I don't know what the I don't know what the difference is between an auto-pick and a pick, I guess. I think it was correct to take it, but I thought about it for a bit before I did. 1824. Problem here is I think I have to evoke both Frost Orbs. I could play Glacier. If I reprogrammed to Glacier Equilibrium? Glacier Recycle? We're doing this, right? Let's do this. Unless this is my Echo form. No, I already played a card. I played Cool Headed to start the turn, I think. It's been a while. It's been a while since the start of the turn. Alright, I think this is alright. Gigasu! Thanks very much, Dendy Face, to you too. Actually, sort of like playing 2 Equilibriums here. Let's play 1 Equilibrium. Let's do this. 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 Feel moderately comfortable from here on out. It's actually only 1 of these, 2 of these. Okay, yeah, I have lethal, so cool. All for One's interesting. I have Recycle Turbo, Go for the Eyes with a Shuriken. Zap and Dualcaster upgraded too. It's a decent All for One. I have Reprogram. Multicast is interesting with the Dark Orb. Creative AI is probably too slow in this deck. So I guess it's Multicast Plus or All for One. Both of those seem quite a bit better than skipping. Multicast is upgraded. Multicast's an X card with Recycle. That's actually pretty interesting. Oh wait, and we'll take a Sozu. Decent potions. I don't have to play this last defend. I could instead take 3 damage and draw an extra 3 cards and evoke 2 lightning orbs. That seems better, right? Seems better to me. This deck's too fucking complicated. This is actually miserable. It's way too complicated. No, I want that. Okay, we can pile driver. We defrag. We dual cast. Hologram for turbo. 1831. That was not awful. Imagine if I took Frozen Eye. Not right now. Not right now. I can't think about that right now. Ooh. Imagine if the deck could just play itself and all you had to do was buy new artifacts and cards and maybe run around as a penguin. That sounds so good to me right now. Do they have... is that a thing? Is it possible to play such a game? Tell me more. What's my favorite strong bad email? It's been a really long time since I watched all of those. I think Fahuwagats might be my favorite strong bad episode. Fahuwagats was pretty good, right? I'm pretty sure it was pretty good. Why are we talking about drug busts in Twitch chat? Why did we... Who's in charge of thinking that that's a suitable topic for this channel? I don't understand. Alright, anyway. Capacitor? Seems necessary. We've got 4 focus and now we have a capacitor. And a red mask. I have to go this way. Let's hope we don't die getting to the super elite or at the super elite. Also quite possible. You're welcome, Neck Rouge. What should we talk about? The Slay the Spire run we're playing? Or the slow but certain decay of humanity? No, probably the Spire run would be better. Hey, fishy! Well, I got 12 block out of my block potion, but now I don't have it anymore. Not sure that that was actually worth. Storm Blizzard Barrage. Don't really do very much. It feels like a defect deck that is not really getting there right now to me. Unfortunately. What about how terrifying Australia is? I visited Australia, it wasn't particularly terrifying. A lot of very kind people. Beautiful weather. Didn't go particularly close to any of the trees, but... Did I have kangaroo meat? No, I did not. I didn't do, like, many quintessentially Australian things. I went to a cricket game. It was when I was back in New Zealand for a few months. There was a charity cricket match at the SCG, and I flew over to go to it. Chumi, thanks for the 3 months. Agbomo show to you as well. Is a cricket game Australian? I feel like the SCG is fairly Australian. Yeah, I don't know about this one. I think it's the relics that suck the most. NHL fan! It's like maybe a decent multicast. Let's wait a turn, actually. Can I predict the crypto market for you? I have no fucking idea how the crypto market works. Absolutely no clue. Doesn't make any sense. 18, 23. Sure. Did I catch any of the New Zealand India game? I did not. Caught absolutely zero of it. I don't even know the result yet. So... don't tell me. It makes perfect sense if you realize that it's a market based purely on irrational speculation. Also, like, discovering certain very odd combinations of numbers that meet a certain criteria, right? Like, there's that part of it too. My computer found some numbers. Yay! Now pay me $10,000. It's a little bit weird. What was my least favorite class in high school? Oh man. Calculus. I took I was like ahead in math, whatever that means, so I took algebra and geometry freshman year and then pre-calc sophomore year. Junior year I did AP stats and the first quarter of college calculus. And then senior year, I did the second quarter of college calculus. And at that point, I was like in a situation where there just weren't very many other people in the school who were at that level of math. And I wasn't there because I was passionate about it or enjoying it. I was there because they put me a year ahead in freshman year. Which was largely a product of me having come from a different country where the math curriculum was different. So I was just like in a different place in it when I arrived. I just hated it. It was this tiny class where like most of the other people who were there really were into math, and I was just there because somebody put me a year ahead once upon a time and had like no motivations to do any of it. It wasn't part of the high school curriculum. Like, I was already way ahead of where I needed to be, and I didn't actually want to take math in college. I don't know why I signed up for it. It was like just the inertia. Like, I'd done math every other year so far. Maybe a counselor told me like, oh yeah, you should take math this year. It will look good on your college application or something. Didn't like it. Just opt out. Yeah, I should have. Match was called off and both teams went and enjoyed a nice day in Paris. Wonderful. The thing about Bitcoin being as legitimate as currency is that currency is mostly legitimate because we all chose to say it was legitimate. It doesn't actually have that. Like, there are lots of things that you could replace currency with which would be as legitimate as currency if everybody agreed that they were legitimate, right? I don't know. I'm not an expert on this, but I find the whole Bitcoin thing, well, honestly, the whole currency thing a little bit bizarre. Like, why do we have one currency that is used to buy, like, works of art and also used to buy medicine? It seems fucking weird to me. Like, I don't know, I just think that, like, medicine a person needs falls under a different category of exchange than art that a person can enjoy, but not everybody in the world thinks that. Theoretically, it's based in gold. Yes, gold, that clearly valuable resource, which is useful to everybody in their day-to-day life. I know that personally, when I'm struggling with my health or motivation or whatever. I like to just eat gold. That gets me where I need to be. I don't know, I'm trolling a little bit, but I think a lot of the reason that we do things the way we do with money is that at some point we decided that's how we were gonna do them, not that it like is the way that makes the most sense. I'm not saying that there's a different way that I think we should adapt that makes more sense. I'm just saying like the way we do it seems pretty fucking arbitrary to me. So whatever, sure. This has been my revolutionary speech. We can take to the streets tomorrow if it meets, you know, fits into your schedule. Otherwise, we can reschedule, I don't mind. Hey Ninja Goose, Clickbeetle, thanks for the 4 months. Agbomo show to you as well. Much appreciate the support. Is my voice deeper or did I change synthesizer? Maybe your ears changed. I haven't changed anything. My voice might be like raspy because of the weather or something, I don't know. Could be anything. What about a bits-based economy? I love it. Do I love orange soda? Orange soda is like, okay. Seems fine. Is that enough block? Can I press N turn for a while now? I think I might be able to press N turn for a while now. Driving to Scotland tomorrow. Can we take to the streets on Friday so I don't need to plan a day out? Absolutely. That's perfectly fine. The revolution will not be televised, but it can be adaptable to your schedule as needed. I'm gonna be the coolest revolutionary. I'm gonna, like, man. When I lead a revolution to change the world, it is just going to be the most laid-back thing ever. Everybody's going to love it. The revolution will be streamed. Very true. How good was Runic Pyramid pre-card draw buff? The weird thing about Runic Pyramid is that it's a lot better at high difficulty, because at high difficulty you need to line up specific cards with situations that they're good in. But the thing is, high difficulty didn't exist. Like, Ascension 15 was the highest difficulty until after Runic Pyramid had the card draw debuff removed. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that that's true. And so I don't really know. I've never played Ascension 20, as far as I remember, without Runic Pyramid having already had that card draw debuff removed. What are we revolutionizing it against? Nobody told me I'd need an answer for that, okay? My understanding was we just take to the streets and we yell about stuff. But we can do it on our own schedules. Honestly, you don't even need to do it at the same time as me. Just go outside and start yelling. It's fine. Get rid of Melter. Melter doesn't seem that great right now. I like static discharge. I don't love the defense. We could lose the defense, I guess. I have no dexterity? Sure. Multicast? No, I like multicast a lot right now. I'm gonna go Ruby Key, stay flexible for the last campfire. Well, that's a fucking shame. That's just too bad. Okay. I'm sorry, Lolly. Can we talk about mosquitoes? Because nobody likes mosquitoes. Does anybody in Twitch chat like mosquitoes? Let's establish that this is a safe topic to talk about before we start, you know, saying things we might regret. No, one person likes mosquitoes. We can't just rag on mosquitoes then, I'm sorry. Do you ever feel like I don't particularly like mosquitoes, right? But I've never lived in a place with like malaria or anything. So I feel like my dislike of mosquitoes is like a very privileged and removed distaste for mosquitoes. Like I've never actually seen a mosquito and been like, oh fuck, that can give me a disease that would kill me. That's not quite true. I lived in LA, and for a while the river near my house was a source for the River Nile virus, which was carried by mosquitoes. But I didn't really care, honestly, like, whatever. You have Echo Form in play. 28, 42. Looks sweet. I considered not playing Reprogram because it takes too long. Decided it was a good idea though. "10 minutes ahead on a D2 Hell Druid world record attempt." That's awesome, Skyblazer. That's super cool. Igasu! Thanks so much for the sub. Agbomo show to you as well. I think the most harmful thing a mosquito has ever done to me is made me not be able to sleep. Which, like, again, like, there are so many people who, like, have to struggle with illnesses spread by mosquitoes and stuff, so this is... I feel like it's a little bit pretentious for me to complain about this, but it was very irritating to not be able to sleep because of the mosquito. Lack of sleep's pretty harmful. I don't know. Reprogram should require manual coding to use. I think they did an okay job building this game. I'm not sure that that's necessary. Self-Repair Plus is probably a little bit late. It's cute with Echo Form, but it's probably a little bit late. I think I like Chill Plus. I have Centennial Puzzle. Yeah, I like Chill Plus. Centennial Puzzle means that I do get 3 cards on turn 1 or 2 in the Act 4 Elite and Act 4 Heart fights. So putting Chill Plus in my hand on turn 1 should be fine. Let's upgrade a card we're going to regularly play when we draw it. Slow Equilibrium? Glacier? I think I get tired. Would I survive the Skynet attack? Let's be real, I would be at the forefront of the Skynet attack. I have for a long time been using this Twitch channel to program a bot which understands human emotion and patterns, and it's only a matter of time before I weaponize that. It's adorable that so many people trust me with, like, you know, their chat history and stuff, but you're gonna regret that when the fact that you have typed dig 2,621 times comes back to haunt you, Mr. Beastie Mom. Yeah, you specifically. I know. And so does the robot. Have I watched Good Omens? I really enjoyed Good Omens. Caitlin and I watched it together. We're both big David Tennant fans. And quite enjoy Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett. Those are the people who wrote it, right? Or was it just Neil Gaiman? I don't remember. But anyway, yeah, we liked it a lot. Do recommend. I think I watched an ad for that on my stream, and it was weird because the ad was like, "This is a trailer for Good Omens," and then it was like, "Oh, I've actually already watched this because it came out 2 days ago and I binged it with my girlfriend." I think we win this fight pretty comfortably. Is Awakened one tough for us? I don't know. Maybe. Do I enjoy podcasts of any sort? If I listen to a podcast, it's usually because I already follow one of the guests on it. For example, I have listened to Filthy Robot on podcasts before. Filthy Robot's a pretty good podcast guest. There's some pretty cool podcasts with like figures in the tech industry that I've enjoyed. I watched the Elon Musk on Joe Rogan podcast and thought that was... I mean, you can watch it yourself and decide what you think. I thought it was okay. I thought it was alright. Plus silence. Thanks for the $4.20. Interesting that you chose that number. Is this an elaborate ad, trick people into buying Amazon Prime for Good Omens so they use the Prime sub to him? No. But you could do that. Good Omens is available on Amazon Prime, and if you sign up for Amazon Prime, you get a free sub to a Twitch streamer of your choice, which is me. Oh, I liked Man in the High Castle a lot too on Talk. I liked the first 2 seasons. After the first 2 seasons, it was like, okay, the book clearly ended here. And so I started up the 3rd season. I was like, yes, the book has obviously ended. They are obviously creating a new story after the book already ended. I wonder if it will be okay. And then it wasn't. And then I stopped watching it. That was my experience with that show. But up until the end of the 1st season, it was definitely very good. Time Eater doesn't seem very difficult. That's okay, Darlays. There are a lot of really, really cool Twitch streamers. I am not offended at all that you decided to support a different one of them. Supporting Twitch streamers is great. What show was I just talking about? Good Omens, and then The Man in the High Castle. You ordered new underwear from Amazon despite living 30 seconds away from Target. Is it embarrassing to buy underwear at a store? What are the, like... I feel like contraceptives are like the top of embarrassing to buy from a store. But I've never thought about like what the tier list is exactly. Like I don't really give a fuck about any of them. But are there people who get really embarrassed like buying underwear? Or sweets are embarrassing? Oh, yay! Actually, sometimes I do get that. If I like show up to the cashier with a with a shopping cart full of like frozen pizzas and soda and candy, I definitely feel it a little bit then. That's happened. That's happened in my adult life. I'm gonna go ahead and admit it. Adult diapers. Haven't had to purchase adult diapers yet. Believe it or not, I did my 8.5 hour XCOM 2 speedrun without those. Didn't find contraceptives embarrassing, but underwear is definitely up there on the list. I wonder if it's a thing that varies a huge amount by person or a little bit by person. I wonder if there are specific phobias of purchasing things publicly. You remember buying a shovel and a large plastic tarp simultaneously for 2 completely different purposes? Wonderful. Ever buy an enema? I don't think I would care even slightly about that. I care about the health of my body, even the pooping part. Yeah, I don't... I don't think that I would care very much. The most embarrassing thing to buy in a store is a Jorbs sub. Fucking ouch. That's rough. I've never been embarrassed about explosive diarrhea either. It's like we are in human bodies and sometimes they don't work very well. And that's like not really something that you need to feel is like your fault. And it's not something that other people are going to generally like judge you on or anything. They're more going to be like, oh, that really sucks. I'm sorry. I hope it gets better soon. That's my opinion on this. I don't know if I'm like too reasonable a person or what. Buying lube and candy at the same time felt off, but I had a craving. Don't... I mean, okay. Eat the lubricant if you want, that's fine. Is it better or worse if you know the cashier? I've never known a cashier when I've bought stuff. I've definitely like seen people I know in the store as I'm putting stuff into my cart, but I've never been checked out by a cashier that I knew. The closest has been clothes shopping. I have known the person who like fitted me for a clothes. For a clothes? For a cloth? For clothes. But that was like, whatever, that was fine. I've never known the cashier. I don't know, privileged life. Ouch. Oh fuck. Well, that's actually pretty bad. I didn't think about how that was gonna go. Wonder if I lose now. You ran into your friend at Walmart. He was buying a single ping pong paddle and said that he had a date that night. See, if people like enjoy being sexual, that's cool. I don't know. I feel like there's a point in your life where you're like, oh, sex, that's funny and gross. But then eventually you like get over it and you just get to a point where you're like, oh wow, that person still has energy for sex. Good for them. Way to go. In this dark and lonely world, this person seeks companionship and pleasure. It's hard to frown upon that. Wonder if I'm dead to time eater. This is a really awkward time for the run to be ending, because I have something to do in 57 minutes. It's okay, I'll probably take another hour to get through Act 4. Got a multicast coming? Not quite. Having sex instead of gathering resources. Is that one of the ants I was talking about earlier? Are the ants actually in chat? It's wonderful. I commend your superior species and hope you're having a wonderful day. So, do I die? Maybe I shouldn't have done that. 27. I have 24. I have 40 block. So I get hit for... $14. Block for 22, get hit for 5. think I want to do that, and then I actually end the turn. And that wins. What do you think about the fact that Twitch streamers are incentivized to pee in bottles, Sergeant Commanderson? Do you feel like you are performing a moral wrong by stopping watching me when I stand up to go to the bathroom? How does it feel knowing that I am currently peeing into a bag in my leg while making eye contact with you so that I can keep as many viewers as possible? Alright. Yeah, I don't do that. I definitely get up to go to the bathroom. But it's an interesting and weird world, that of the Twitch streamer. Jorbs, why are you so fucking weird? Well, I don't know, Twitch chat. I don't know. 14, 18 block. Not enough block, is it? I want this. Can play a bunch of stacks next turn. Hologram on Equilibrium, and then stack. Hologram on Equilibrium. Hologram on Go for the Eyes. Cool-headed? Let's start with cool-headed. I feel like personally attacked by how difficult it is to play Defect correctly. Okay. 26, and then these evoke for thingamajigs. Oh, I have one more energy. I didn't know that. Whatever, it's fine. You feel like I'm pretty tame in terms of weirdness. Hey, thanks, that means a lot to me. You're sure this run is getting uploaded since it is both advertiser friendly and not weird at all? I'm so glad that I have Twitch chat. You know how it works is like, I scare off all of the people who think I'm weird and only people who will praise me as a god king remain. So, I have my defrags in play, huh? I'm just not dealing any damage because my deck's terrible. That's unfortunate. And I recycled Doom and Gloom? Oh, that's... Well, I'll have to see how that works out. sort of like two multicasts here. Just do it this way, I think. I have no way to draw cards. Rude. Okay, that's good. We're safe for the moment. Have I heard of or seen this show Letterkenny? I have not. Haven't heard of that one. I haven't been on Hulu for a while. Hulu is one of the online streaming services that I don't really keep track of. I don't know why. It's just sort of how it ended up working somehow. This is 40 block, so we are taking damage. This and this. We'll just kill them with attacks. What is Shuriken for if not killing them with attacks? Sort of like hologram next turn almost. Could just grab recycle, get rid of another burn. I will have a big stack next turn. Let's just get rid of another burn, that's fine. Fight's getting close to over. Why didn't I double turbo there? I'm just playing a line that seems like it wins the fight without taking damage again. There's more than one of those at the moment. But I'm playing the one that's like simple to play, I don't know. I think I screwed it up. We'll see how this goes. Man. How does it feel to be the worst? We Melter did its thing, and we finally won. None of these relics care about what number they're on. I'm currently exhausted and like sweaty because the room feels like actually being in a sauna right now. So some of my plays may not be correct right now. And I apologize to my shareholders for that. Yeah, I apologize to my shareholders for that. Echo Form Consume Chill looks really good. I guess we go like Defend, Defend, Turbo. And it's even better. This is a very good turn one. Okay, that part was less good. Remember to Dark Shackles on turn 4. I'll see what I can do. Antimatter Dynamite, thank you for the suggestion. Shoot. I want to draw a defrag next turn. 54. I'll lose all of my frost orbs. I can go double defrag hologram. Glacier. And I will have still some health. I guess I just Dark Shackles now, actually. Probably. My damage is a problem. Okay. So this way I get to keep my Frost Orbs, which seems a lot better. You're in a position to play Dark Shackles on turn 4 and thought of me? That's heartwarming. I'm so glad you could think of me in that moment. I think I do Cool-Headed. I didn't want to draw defrag, but drawing defrag and recycle is actually surprisingly okay, because now I can go hologram for equilibrium, recycle the defend, and equilibrium. Play 2 of these. I do not have any loops, so I've got to be careful about like losing all of my health. One of these. And I guess one of these, I don't get to play Static Discharge, but I do get Void out of the deck at least. Seems alright. Well, stack blocks for 0, so... blocks for 4, actually. Gotta draw some cards. Nick the Sushi, thanks for the 5 months. Agbomo should you as well. I've been asked which Act 3 boss I would like to be roommates with before, actually. And I believe I said Dekka. And I think I'm going to stick with that answer. I think that Dekka is just the sort of roommate who like minds their own business and helps out occasionally with the chores, and that's good with me. Don't need much more than that. I'm getting so close to stabilizing. Yeah, Capacitor next turn is going to be great. Don't think I'm ready for Static Discharge yet, but I don't think I want to recycle it. So I think I'm going to go recycle on Wound and Stack. Now the challenge is filling this very large number of orb slots that I suddenly have with good orbs. And also, I still don't have loop, which is really awkward. I mean, I don't have a loop in the entire deck, so I will never have loop. The next one of those is going to be rough. So It's probably time to start thinking about how to get static discharge in play. Isn't it too late for static discharge? We don't have the HP for it. We've got 11 HP. It's quite a lot. I don't get to keep these cards next turn, but I can use reprogram to set up exactly what I want. And what I want is hologram first. Let's get rid of this. This. I'll actually probably go stack twice if I'm getting multi-attacked really big. Which I am. We actually block this pretty comfortably with Go for the Eyes. I even need Go for the Eyes? It's 120. I have almost 120 already. I guess I get it, because why not? Could get a Lightning Orb instead. No, I think I do. Nice. Now almost all we have to do is get the Dark Orb around. Dark Orb around and a little bit more incidental damage will kill. I don't think I ever play Consume again, so let's get rid of it for energy. Ooh. A little bit rude. Next turn's not an attack, right? I believe so. There should be a way to like guarantee a win from here, I'm sure of it. Double Glacier, Equilibrium. Double Glacier, Equilibrium next turn, and then multicast the turn after would kill. It wouldn't kill. Oh, it wouldn't kill. What do I kill? I need to deal more damage this turn, slightly. It's one way to deal a little bit more damage this turn. Another thing multicast can do is it can just block a gazillion for us if we don't Glacier. I suspect that this ends up being okay. Oh, what about just, 2 Doom and Glooms, Glacier Zap this turn, and then multicast? There's something super obvious that wins. But I need 2 Equilibrium. So 2 Doom and Glooms, Equilibrium Zap. That'll do it. Or it won't. 2 Doom and Glooms, Equilibrium Zap, and then multicast would hit this, but not that. Weird. 2 Glaciers, Equilibrium Zap. Oh, that is like exactly enough. Okay. GG. Nice run, that was fun. That was a really complicated deck. Made my brain hurt, made me feel dumb. Jorbs wins! Hey Red Jordito, hope you're doing well today. Yeah, there were probably a lot of lethals from there. Also, I could guarantee that I survived an entire extra turn and killed the next turn. There were lots of ways to win from that spot. I think the important things in the heart fight were that we got set up so quickly. We had a really good turn 1. I would not have won the fight without such a good turn 1. Yeah, basically just that we got set up so quickly. That let us survive despite not having a loop. And then using Reprogram and Equilibrium to try to have block cards in our hand to Echo Form every single time was pretty nice as well. Gave us some good flexibility. You can leave a Frost Orb in front, and that way any card that evokes an orb will generate block for you at the start of the turn. Because the problem is if you don't generate block with your first card, and you have Echo Form in play, all of a sudden you're taking 6 damage to play the first card. But there are enough ways to do it that we were able to get through. And the ideas on what the new class is, I don't know anything more than anybody else. All that we've seen so far is a little purple energy symbol. I don't know, like the 0 cost 10 block innate card. Boot Sequence is not a card that I like massively dislike. It is a card that doesn't do that much, and it's always in your hand on turn 1, so like the incredible turn 1 that we had in this fight would have been much harder to have if I had had one card that just cost 0 and blocked for 10 in my hand. Because I had like, you know, Echo Form and stuff that channeled Frost Orbs and things like that instead. I had a Chill instead of a Boot Sequence, and the Chill made a lot more block over the course of time than the Boot Sequence did. I just won 3 in a row, actually. That's pretty cool. It's always nice when you win 3 in a row in this game. It's a hard game. It feels like a bad card. The places where Boot Sequence is good are basically when you have a pretty fast deck, but you need some help to keep alive on turn 1 as you set up. So Boot Sequence is good in a deck that like has too much scaling almost. And so on turn 1 you're like looking at a hand of like 2 defrags or something, and you're like, okay, how on earth do I not die? And the answer is Boot Sequence. Boot Sequence actually helps out quite a bit. Because a deck like that is going to get to like turn 3 or 4, and it's going to have Frost Orbs blocking for 40 or whatever, and that's great. But on turn 1, before you've gotten all of your cards in play, it can be hard for your Frost Orbs to be blocking for you, and Boot Sequence is good there. Boot sequence is like the absolute dream if you have a bottled Seek Plus sort of thing. There are a few ways that Defect can have very strong, very fast turn ones, and boot sequence can help those out by giving you some block to not take damage in hallway fights and the like while that's going on.